Montana, it's a little bit like the Wild West. That being said, we all have our favorite watering holes. My name is Debbie Letsinger with American Dream TV. Let's go check out behind the scenes of a couple of my favorites. So I have the pleasure today of having Sam Hoffman, who's the owner of Red Lodge Ales, as well as the Last Chance Cider Mill in Billings here. So how about a little history of Red Lodge Ales?
Started back in 1998. I was relatively new to Montana, been here a couple of years, and I was kind of tired of doing ranch work and ski area work and construction work. I said, I'm gonna start brewing beer. I've been a home brewer ever since college. And so I found a used 200-gallon setup in Idaho and hauled it out here and started brewing and been going ever since.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, everybody loves Red Lodge Ales, so perfect,
Yep.
perfect. Well, let's take a little bit of a tour of behind the scenes.
Sure, let's do that. One of the first steps in the brewing process is called mashing. That's when we add hot water to the grain. And basically the hot water is gonna mix with the ground malt and convert the starches to sugars. From there, we're gonna boil the resulting liquid that comes from the mash vessel. And that's at that point, we're gonna add hops, which are cone that grows on a vine, and it adds spiciness and bitterness to the beer to balance any malt flavors. So once we're done with the mashing and boiling, the resulting wort, as we call the liquid, is then cooled and put in these cone-shaped tanks for fermentation. Yeast, which is a microorganism, is added, and they will convert the sugars in the wort to alcohol and carbon dioxide. So once fermentation is complete, we'll use that temperature control jacketing to cool the beer down to 32 to 34 degrees, and there will be a cold aging time. From there, the beer is clarified and put in these finishing tanks where we can carbonate it and package. So our final step in the process is gonna be packaging. About 75% of what we do is gonna go into cans, and the other 25% will be kegged off for our tap room or for bars and restaurants in the area. Well, thanks for coming by today, Deb. It was fun showing the brewery.
Sam, thanks so much. It was a great tour.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you
Have
soon.
a great day.
We are here today at the Last Chance Pub and Cider Mill in downtown Billings, where Travis Charbonneau will be giving us a tour of the facility. This building in downtown Billings has such a cool vibe, industrial, modern, and they make wonderful food as well as fantastic cider. Let's go have a look at the behind the scenes. So I'm here today with Travis Charbonneau. He's the head cider maker at Last Chance Cider Pub. Can you give me a brief overview of the history of this wonderful building?
Absolutely. It was built in like 1905, I think. It was a Case tractor sales room up front there. And then it turned into a windshield factory for vehicles.
Oh,
and then
nice.
that closed down. This building was empty for a couple years, and then we started the cider mill here.
Right, and you guys have brought this building back to life tenfold, and it is spectacular.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely love it. Looking forward to a tour of this.
Oh, well, we'll give one.
I like it.
The apples come in a belt truck, and then we add them to, we dump them into our own bin. And then we weigh them, and then the bin gets picked up and tilted over. You can see all the apples going across. That's where we pull out any rotten apples, and then they'll ride up the elevator and get ground. And then we pump the pomace. Once it's ground up, it's called pomace, onto the press. They make these cakes, and you can see it pressing right now. And we'll hit about 400 gallons an hour right now. So all the juice that will be produced today goes into any of these tanks kind of back here, and then tomorrow we'll actually pitch the yeast and it'll start fermenting. And then once it's done fermenting, we'll transfer it all the way over to this side, and that's where we age. So we want the yeast to settle out. So we'll age over here, it'll start to settle out, it'll clarify, and then we'll blend our different batches and brands from there. So we'll make like our Honeycrisp, our Pear, Orchard Run, And then single varietals are little smaller batches, so they don't have to go in these big tanks. So Debbie, now that you've seen the process, you want to try some juice?
I think trying some juice is a spectacular idea.
I agree.
Oh, thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Come, Debbie.
Thanks so much for joining me today at my favorite watering holes. This is Debbie Letsinger with American Dream TV. We'll see you next time.